Good evening. I want to talk to you today about goal setting for the new year. Now, goal setting for the new year is very important. And the reason why goal setting for the new year is very important because goal setting is what's going to help dictate how your year is going to go. If you set good, grandiose goals, the goals are going to push you to go out and achieve more in life that year. I mean, it just magically happens like that. But see, most people when they go set goals, they set goals and then they don't see the results immediately on their goals. And they're like, oh man, shit, this goal ain't about nothing. Now, if you want to learn more about goal setting for the new year, stay tuned to the end of this episode. Goal setting is very important regardless of what time of the year it is. But the reason why today I'm making this video here about goal setting for the new year, because today is January 1st, 2023, the very first day of the brand new year. So I felt compelled today to go out and to make this video right here because I want to help you achieve your goals and dreams in life. Now, when we're goal setting in life, goal setting comprises of two components. The first component of goal setting is that number one, you need to set good, grandiose goals. Number two, that you need to do, the second component would be you need to take action to achieve those goals. Now, here's what I mean. We're going to get started on the first one about setting good, grandiose goals. See, in order for the goal to come to fruition, to come to light, you have to make sure to set a grand enough goal. So if you're thinking itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout kind of goals, then that's not going to work because down came the rain and washed the spider out. And see, that's how goals work. If you want to have a good goal, please make sure to set a grand goal. So for example, if you have a goal of getting a Bentley and then you see all of your friends and coworkers at the office place talking about brokenness and sickness, and then you're going to start thinking in your head, shit, maybe I shouldn't get this Bentley. Maybe I'd have gone down here and get me a Prius or something like that. Nothing wrong with that, but that's not what I want. But maybe I'm kind of putting myself out there a little bit too much, with this Bentley here. But see, honestly, you're not putting yourself out there too much because you want a grand goal like getting a Bentley. That's not putting yourself out there too much. If you work every single day, then you deserve to have the things in life that you want. That's your deservement, your deservement. You're entitled to it if you work for it. So yes, you deserve it because you work for it, but as long as you put in actual work for it, then you'll be deserving of it. So the universe doesn't care how good of a person you are, okay? The universe doesn't care how bad of a person you are. You could be a person raising all kind of hell and havoc for people, or you could be the best person in the world with never hurt a fly. Both of these two people here cannot achieve their goals if they're not perfectly set up the correct way. A person who wants to do something destructive can still achieve their goal. The universe will still give them their goal if they're putting forth the action. Just like the person who has a goal of doing something good, the universe will give them their goal. But they don't normally, when you're doing something good, normally people don't take enough action in the good. People typically take enough action in the destructive things in life more so than they take for doing the good stuff in life. Because typically most people who are doing good stuff in life, honestly, and I hate to say this, they get criticized. People criticize people for doing good stuff in life. If you ever think about it, why do you think the news is ruled so supreme? Because it's all negative stuff like that. But then if somebody's on here saving a cat from out of a tree, they might get 17 views. But if somebody went up here and killed somebody, that's got 17 million views. Because negativity rules supreme. So if you are goal setting, you can't be listening and associating with people speaking brokenness and stuff like that, because that's going to rub off on you. Then you're going to start setting your goals lower and lower and lower and lower. And the next thing you know, you're not going to have a goal at all for the year. You're gonna be thinking you're gonna go wake up on the next year. You're gonna be thinking, oh man, shit, man, goal setting is stupid, man. Goal setting don't never come to true. Man, this shit is stupid, man. This for the birds. So, yes, if you are associating yourself with negativity and negative people, regardless of who they are, family, friends, teachers, close associate, buddies, or just whoever, if they're speaking negativity and you're trying to have a grandiose goal, I'm not saying cut these people off, but you kind of have to limit your time around them because you don't want them actually draining you down. Like you don't want them like sucking the life out of you. And then once they suck the life out of you, they'll use that life and put that on something destructive. I noticed that if you tell people who have a destructive mentality your goals and dreams and what you want to do, and you get to discussing that with them, they will divert you. I hate to say that. It's happened to me before too. I told somebody who, I'm very close with one of my goals. They told me, oh yeah, Tony, you can't do it, man. Because I was very close to them and we're still close, but I just don't discuss my goals and dreams with them anymore because they have the kind of mindset of, oh, you got to be realistic. But if you think about it, anybody who's ever achieved anything great, the people who built the airplane, the people who build skyscrapers, Ford, Tesla, all the people, I'm talking about Nikola Tesla, like all of the people who, make inventions and things like that, they're at the forefront of the creative party. They always thinking stuff like outside of the box. So just imagine if Nikola Tesla would have went to some of his buddies and then was listening to them. Oh, Nikolai, man, you can't make no electricity. Oh, man, this is stupid, man. You don't need to be doing that, man. Keep these candles right here. Oh, man, don't do this. We wouldn't have electricity. We wouldn't have power. We wouldn't have the things we have. If somebody went up there and told the Wright boys, oh yeah, Wright brothers, y'all can't make no airplane. Man, it's the stupidest shit. Now, I'm sure people did tell the Wright brothers that. But had they had a listen, we wouldn't be able to fly from Tennessee to Arizona in 3 hours. So that's what I'm saying. See, you cannot discuss goals with people who have small minds. Only discuss your goals, your hopes, your dreams with people who have a broad mind. And sometimes people with a broad mind could be someone who's not a family member of yours. It could be somebody who is at the bar, or it could be somebody like that. Because see, sometimes in life, you have to kind of step outside of your comfort zone sometimes if you want to achieve goals. And a lot of times in life, people do not step outside of their comfort zone because they're scared that they're going to get criticized. But see, if you want to achieve greatness in life, you cannot be scared to be criticized. You have to want to be criticized because the people who get criticized and whatnot are the ones who keep upscaling in life. And the reason people keep climbing up in life who get criticized is because you are talking about them. If you criticizing somebody, that means you talking about them. If you're watching a video and you're like, oh man, this is a terrible video Tony did. That's okay. That is all right because you're talking about Tony Reed. You're talking about me. See, that's the thing. So you can't let little things like that, like little petty knick-knack stuff, get to you and make you not achieve your goal. Knock that off your shoulder, stay focused, and achieve your goal regardless of what anybody has to say or think about your goal. Because see, the universe gave you your goal. The universe didn't give your dad, your mom, your granddaddy, your grandmama, your uncle, your cousin, little nug. The universe didn't give anybody else your goal but you. You can't see their goal. They could be your twin brother or your twin sister. You can't see what's in their head. Even though y'all look identical, the same eyes, same teeth, same haircut, same head shape, everything. But you cannot see what's in their head and vice versa. See, that's the beautiful thing about the universe because the universe doesn't allow you to know what anybody else is thinking unless they tell you what they're thinking. Nobody on earth is an actual mind reader where you can sit back and tell somebody what they're thinking about, honestly. Now, honestly, we can pretend that you can read minds, but you can't read minds. That's a power that you can't do. You can't go inside somebody's head and tell exactly what they're thinking. You might can get away with something like, oh yeah, man, you look like you sad, like you got something on your mind. Duh. Anybody knows that. But nobody can actually go in and say, okay, man, look, you're thinking about when you was 12 years old, that kid beat you up in the grass at Deadwood Elementary School, and he put your head down, and he hit you in the head with a juice box. See, nobody can go inside of your brain for you and think like that. But they can know, oh yeah, hey, I can tell something's wrong with you. Yes, anybody can know that. So that's nothing right there. But what I'm telling you is nobody knows your goal but you. You only know your goal and dream. Other people only know your goal and dreams if you allow them to know your goal and dreams. And that's going to segue us into the next portion of our episode right here. It's going to be do massive amounts of action to make sure that you are able to achieve your goal. Because see, most people go and they set goals and they think about it. So let's just use the example of I want to, let's just say, get a six pack. Let's just say I want to have 6-pack abs this year. Most people go with the goal of, oh yeah, I want to have 6-pack abs. December 25th, they pig out for Christmas. They pig out. January, December 30th. Man, you know, when New Year comes around, boy, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to hit this shit hard, man. I'm going to go up here and do 10,000 crunches, 10,000 setups, 10,000 pull-ups. Man, they're going to call me the Mr. 10,000 man. January 1st comes around. They wake up with a hangover. They try to go to the gym. They get to the gym. They look around. They see everybody else in the gym working out, pumping iron and stuff like that. They walk into the gym and they're like, man, you know what? This ain't my scene right here, man. Shit, I might go up here and do 5 or 10 crunches or something, and then go up and hit the little machine and 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh man, you know, this ain't my scene right here, man. You know, it's just people looking at me crazy out here, man. I just can't be in this gym today. Then they walk out and then leave out the gym doing those 5 crunches. They go down and get a 6-pack of beer from the store and some Doritos, Fritos, and Cheetos and all kind of snacks and cookies and cakes and stuff, and start eating it. And then you wonder why September the 1st that you've gained 25 pounds. See, the reason you didn't achieve your goal was because you didn't take action. You thought you took action by going to the gym. That's not taking action. You just used the weightlifting machine for 2 minutes because you was halfway still drunk. Used it for 2 minutes and thought you did something. That's not taking action on a goal. That's not action. Anybody can cut the oven on, but everybody can't put their bread in there. And see, that's how it is when you're taking action. See, if you don't put the bread inside the oven, if you don't cut the oven on, once it heats up, pour the door down, grab that pan of rye, put it in the oven, shut the door, and wait until it rises, that's how goals are. Your goal is going to be that pan of bread. Your goal will never ever get accomplished or achieved if you don't take the action in putting the bread inside the oven. Anybody can talk. When I say talk, that's cutting the oven on. Anybody can go up there and turn the dial or press 350, but it takes a cook to put the bread in the oven and attend to it. Put the gloves on, check it, spray it with oil so the bread don't stick. Take the precautionary measures to ensure the proper results for this dish. It's the same way with goals in life. If you want to lose weight, go to the gym and get a regimen going. If you want to get, let's just say, $1 million mansion, go out and look at $1 million mansions. Don't be looking at apartments or nothing like that. Because if you're looking at apartments, but you telling the universe that you want $1 million mansion, you better mess around and got a condo. Nothing wrong with a condo, but that ain't what you initially wanted. You initially wanted to have $1 million mansion. But the reason you didn't get that $1 million mansion is because you didn't take the proper action steps to get the $1 million mansion. Just because you cruise by the $1 million mansion and you think to myself, you know what? I looked at The Secret. I seen all this about manifestation. I seen all of this. Now, I love The Secret. But what the secret does not let you know is you have to put action involved. It's not just, some people look at the video and think, oh man, it's one of the kind of shows that you just think about it. Okay, I want to have a mansion or whatnot. I want to have two-car garage. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But what action are you doing to get that? Now, if you're thinking you want to have $1 million mansion, but you're sitting on your couch binge watching Yellowstone, or Game of Thrones, or The Boys, or something like that. If you're sitting back binge watching your favorite show, and those are all good shows, I done seen all of them, great shows, I done binge watched them. But if you're trying to set a goal of getting $1 million mansion, you don't need to be watching no shows. You don't even need to be watching a football game. You need to be setting action and taking steps to achieve your goal. The football players, they already paid. They already live in $1 million mansions. You want $1 million mansion. So why are you watching these gentlemen over here perform when you want to be at their level? Cut off the TV. Take your life serious. TV is always going to be there. Sports is always going to be there. Stuff like that is always going to be there. You're not always going to be here. So if you see, in life, you only have a certain select amount of time. Even if you live to be 99 years old, you still only have whatever 99 years of life is in minutes. That's how many minutes that you had to do whatever you need to do. Most people don't do what they need to do in the proper time that they have. And they wonder why, when they're sitting there laying on their deathbed, they're sitting there wondering, shit, man, I wish I did more. I wish I did more in my life. Damn. I thought it was a good ride, but it actually wasn't. So yeah, shit. And see, and the reason why I know this about people in goal setting on their deathbeds, because when I used to cut hair, when I was coming up, one thing that my granddad, and he still does it to today, like right now, my granddad goes around to different nursing homes and stuff like that, and he cuts, his customers' hair who may not be able to walk, or they may not have families, or they may honestly be on their deathbed. So he goes around to like rest homes and like nursing facilities, and he cuts people's hair. So when I was a kid, I never will forget, it was a guy named Mr. Johnson. So Mr. Johnson, he was in a real bad car wreck. His kids had like abandoned him, but I don't know why. But his kids didn't talk to him. His wife had left him. It was like he didn't have anybody on earth but himself. So he was one of our real good customers over at the barber shop. So, my granddad, him and my granddad, got real close and stuff like that, in which meant that I got close with him too, because I was raised by my granddad and my grandma. So any friend of my granddad ultimately became a friend of mine, because everywhere my granddad went, he always took me with him. So they was my friends too. So we at the nursing home out here cutting Mr. Johnson's hair, and Mr. Johnson got his head up, and my granddad, he's shaving them and, stuff like that. I never will forget. I said, Mr. Johnson, I know that you getting ready to check out of here, Mr. Johnson. And I was a kid, and I said this to him because he had told me he was getting ready to die. He knew he was about to die. I said, Mr. Johnson, if you know you're about to die, sir, do you have any regrets on life? Like I said, I'm like 12, 13, 14 years old, something like that. Didn't even know what I was asking the man, but I wanted him to answer me because I've never seen anyone who knew they was on their deathbed. It kind of sounds a little weird here, but this goes back to goal setting. And Mr. Johnson said, Lil Reed, I'm going to be honest with you, boy. The one thing in my life that I regret is I didn't take enough action in life. I said, sir, what do you mean? He was like, I just didn't take enough action. I let life glide by. I always flew under the radar, Lil Reed. I always flew under the radar. My whole life, I wanted to live in a certain area of the city. I never did because I let my surroundings. And when Mr. Johnson told me that, I was like, wow. Now, Mr. Johnson passed away about 2 weeks later after that, rest his soul. But Mr. Johnson, he wasn't the only one who we went to the nursing home, and I asked that question to him. I wanted to hear from the horse's mouth themselves, if they had any regrets in life like that. And I know it's a book out there about the regrets in life, and that's a really good book also. But this is something that I've personally done and seen in my personal life. This ain't from no book right here. This is Tony Reed's actual life right here. And so I know that goal setting means you have to have action. And so that's why number two is very imperative right here, is that you have to take massive amounts of action if you want to achieve your goal. If you want to have $1 million, then please don't be sitting around watching TV or nothing like that. Go out and find a way to get that $1 million. Go out, pick up the phone, call wealthy people, like cold call people. If you want to achieve something, please make sure to take the correct action to achieve that in your life. Because if you don't take the correct action to achieve that in life, I guarantee you someone will swoop through like a thief in the night, and they'll take that idea that you said was yours and that your goal and your ideas, and they're going to make that into a reality. They're going to bring that to fruition, and then guess what's going to happen? Most people would sit back and say, man, this person done stole my goal, man. That's messed up, man. That's so messed up. Man, this person done stole my goal. That's messed up. But the thing was, it's not messed up. And this person did not steal your goal. You didn't follow through on your goal. See, that's the difference right there. So don't blame the man who executed. Blame the man who did not execute because he didn't achieve his goals. So a lot of people got that backwards, but you have to take accountability for your goals. If you know that you have the kind of strong mindset, please make sure to set action steps. If you got a strong mindset to get that goal achieved, please make sure to take the right action steps. So, for example, I know I want my book, The Art of Customer Service, to be a New York Times bestseller. That's my goal. So, with me knowing that's my goal, and today is January the 1st, 2023, I know if by January 1st, 2024, that I want to be on that list, I better get busy on getting my book in the hands of as many people as I need to. I don't need to be in here watching the Tennessee Titans playing. I don't need to be in here watching the Cowboys. I don't need to be in here watching TV or nothing like that, because I have 364 days left to achieve my goal. So I have to do whatever it is that I have to do, and I'm willing to do what I have to do and willing to give up what I have to give up to be able to be on that list right there, because that's a very, very important goal for me, to be on that particular list, the New York Times bestseller. That's a very important goal to me, and I'll get into that maybe into another video. But this video here, we're going to keep this about you and you getting your goals accomplished for 2023. So that's the reason why I felt compelled today on this gorgeous January 1st, 2023 day. I was like, you know what? Let me go outside in my backyard, because the sun is gloomy in the front of my house. So that's probably why I'm kind of like looking darker on camera now, because the sun is shifting. I was like, man, let me go out here in the backyard today, feeling good. I want to go out here and I want to motivate. I want to motivate you. That's my whole goal here, is to get you motivated, to get you fired up, to get you pumped up again, because I want to see you achieve all your grandest and your greatest goals and dreams in life. Only you can do that. Only you can do that. Never leave your goals or anything like that up to chance. Don't wait for the state or the government or nothing like that to make your goals a reality or whatnot, because they won't come a reality if you're waiting for somebody else to make your goals and dreams a reality. Goals and dreams cannot be seen by anyone else besides you. If you have the correct mindset where you know your goals and dreams are strong enough, then that means that you have a strong enough why. And when you have a strong enough why, you will have a strong enough foundation, just like you build in a house. It takes a huge foundation to support a mansion. A little foundation that's the size of that you put for a tool shed, that can't support a mansion. That's what the mansion is going to boom, crumble that. So you need to set big steps, big goals, have big dreams, big aspirations, and always make sure to talk to people who are on the same level as you when it comes to goal setting. If you like this episode, or if you found it useful, please like and subscribe, or either drop a comment below. I answer all comments back. So please, if you got any questions or if you want to further the conversation, please reach out to me and I'll be happy to respond to you. Well, that about wraps it up for today's episode. Until next time, I'll catch you later.